I had my face tattooed. I'm not even kidding. I literally had my face tattooed. What the hell is actually happening? Power of the Gemini. I hope you guys are doing well. It's been not a minute. It's been longer than a minute. It's been like a year. It usually goes that way with me, sorry. And every single time I stall for a year, I always say, you guys probably have no idea who I am anymore. Hi, I'm Sonya. Nice to meet you. And I'm gonna answer your guys' question. The most important question, slash just an update that I think I owe you guys, which is, can you give us a life update? And why did you leave Los Angeles? Why did you stop filming? Where the hell are you? What's happening? Isn't that a general question that we all have right now, is like, what the hell is actually happening? See, if I gave you a life update probably 3 weeks ago, it would have been entirely different, but a lot can happen in 3 weeks. What happened in 2019 was that I was hyper fixated on remodeling my house. I have a 2-story house. It's not really a house, it's a bungalow. It's literally almost 100 years old, this place. And along the way of remodeling this house, I had a lot of problems. You could be wondering, Sonya, what kind of problems could you possibly have when you have 500 square feet to work with? Well, let me tell you. A, I didn't have a closet. The actual house, like the property, is something like 1,000 and something square feet, but the house itself is pretty tiny. So when I moved in, they didn't have a closet in the house because they had actually remodeled the house. Jesus Christ, when I actually leave this house, when I move eventually, which I'm not planning on it, I have to buy the house essentially one day because I've done so much work to it that it would be an actual shame to leave it. But you know, whatever happens, que sera, sera. But when they showed me around the house, I pretty much fell in love immediately. The lease was 2 times less than I was paying in Venice. If you know anything about living in Los Angeles, you know that Venice Beach, California is not the cheapest place to live. It's probably amongst one of the most expensive places to live. But if you like going to the beach, if that's like your thing, then like awesome, cool. I'm not particularly drawn to water. I like being up high in the mountains. I've said that before. So I kind of preferred living in a hill. Yes, being a mole person and living in a hill. I moved into this house and the landlord told me that there was no closet built in because, quote unquote, they weren't sure who was going to be moving into the house. Well, okay. I'm pretty sure everyone at least needs like a coat closet, right? Is that just like my assumption? Am I asking for too much? Anyway, so I had to build this thing from scratch. Bye. Bye, fucker. You see? The wall does not exist. Why didn't I hire anyone? Because I am incredibly stubborn. Since my mother tells me I was a toddler, I was always like, no, I'll do it myself. Stop it. Stop helping me. So I built this thing, and obviously I was going to be saving money and learning new skills. And I know that everything that I say is going to sound really extra of me, but I want you guys to keep in mind that like all of these things that I did, like remodeling my bathroom and my bedroom and Venetian plastering my bedroom, having no idea what the hell Venetian plaster was, troweling for literally probably I didn't sleep for like a week straight, and I'm not even kidding, like I didn't take naps. But all of this stuff that I was doing, I look back on it and I don't regret it at all, because probably the funnest time I've had just being able to be creative and have just kind of like your own little world as your canvas, painting walls and like kind of just doing whatever, seeking inspiration, and then learning how to do a task, a skill. That was so much fun and that was so satisfying, and that's essentially why I think I got hyper fixated on it, because I lost my creative drive. Obviously YouTube and video editing and producing videos it was and it always will be my favorite thing on earth, but it turned into something I resented doing, because at the time I was being represented by a blogging agency. I was represented by this agency for like probably 6 years or 7 years. I don't even think I was legal to sign that contract when I signed it, but anyway, eventually as things got repetitive and I was forced to turn what I love into a career, but do it in a way that was absolutely not aligned to who I was, and I had to say things I didn't want to say, and people were putting words in my mouth and they legally had to, you know? So that's kind of why I stopped filming, is because I was in a place where I finally left this management kind of always wanted to take a break. Mind you, having been OCD hyperfixated on remodeling my house, I fucked myself over big time, like big time, trust me, fucked myself over. So that brings us to the conversation of why I'm currently in Canada, is because I don't have working legal rights to work in America. Now, even if I did, I would still be here because the United States currently has the highest number of COVID-19 cases to date, and the Prime Minister of Canada told everyone that was Canadian. I'm Canadian by passport, so I'd have to be here regardless, and I'd probably want to be because I'd be really lonely in there. So just, it's kind of weird the way that life works out, but nevertheless, even though I don't currently have legal working rights, it is in the process. Just like everything in life currently feels like it's in the process, but nothing's really processing because no one's really working. There's really no work. Some people on my Russian channel, actually nah, some of these types of people on my English channel too, that assume that like if I record a video and if I was gone for 3 months before that, that doesn't mean that my money ran out. First of all, I've been saving money since I was 16, and my bank account very rarely changes. I'm not a shopping type of person. The reason I record videos is because I want to interact. I miss the engagement. I miss having you guys as my friends and communicating and sharing ideas because I'm a very talkative person. I could talk for like years. Power of the Gemini. Psh, I'm not flexing. Even if I was, it's not impressive. And because no one's telling me I have to come back now, I want to. The reality of it is I never stopped filming. The entire year of 2019, I was filming myself renovating my apartment. I don't know if this is going to be the world's most boring video on earth because it's me painting, it's me obviously also interacting and talking to the camera, and it's me being very real and raw. And I don't look that great. Like I said, there was times when I didn't sleep for weeks, so my hair's a mess. I look like a piece of shit. But I think it's kind of funny and it's educational. I also don't look that healthy back then because not sleeping for a week and not getting proper nutrition isn't that great. And yeah, I did lose a lot of weight and I did not look very good. So I also don't want to put that video out kind of because I really honestly truly do not look healthy at all in my opinion. If you guys are willing to look past the fact that I look very unhealthy, and you would enjoy seeing me renovate my house, then let me know in the comments and I'll edit that video together because I already have all the footage. Which, another question that I had that kind of correlates to this is, please tell us more about blogger agencies. We're in the year of 2020. We're currently living in a digital, social media driven cyber world, and coming from somebody that used to be with a modeling agency, so even when I had like 5,000 YouTube followers or 10,000 YouTube followers, people were still aware, my modeling agencies were still aware that social media is a growing and very, very impactful platform. So we can all probably sit here and admit that we all hate the word influencer. Nobody, actually that's not true. Some people want to be called an influencer and like power to you, but like I definitely do not like that word. I don't like to even hear it really. It just sounds stupid to me. But if you look at the word influencer, it's a person that is influential, a person that will post just a regular photo of their outfit outside and 10 people will be like, where's that t-shirt from? I want to buy that t-shirt. They reply in the comments, it's from Topshop. They all go buy the t-shirt. That is influence. Telling people like, hey, you guys should read this book. That's influence, with the assumption that this person's audience is going to go out there and buy the book, read the book because they trust the opinion of this person that they're watching. That is being an influencer, that is influential. So what are these blogger and influencer agencies? They are basically agencies that curate you as a social media presence. And it really does go beyond social media presence because I've been with, at this point, I've been with 3 different social media blogger, fashion blogger agencies, management companies, because I don't currently have an agent, I have a manager, and I have not only one manager, I have like 3 people, like a team of managers that work with me every single day, and we talk back and forth about my goals. We look at analytics, we look at what my followers actually like viewing, because I'm just a little bit too stuck in a bubble to actually go check my analytics, and I could care less how much money I make from YouTube videos. If you haven't noticed, majority of my YouTube videos actually have songs in them, songs that are copyright, which means that even if there's an ad in the video, I'm not getting the money. The artist's record label is, and I know that, and I don't care, because I just want that song in the video so bad. To me, the creative aspect of it is so much more important than the analytical, the monetization. To me, that's not important if that sacrifices me having to be authentic. I don't think anyone needs to have a manager. For example, I know that a lot of people's, for example, some girls' boyfriends are their managers, and they handle like job opportunities for them. For example, if an email was to come in from like a pen company and the pen company really wanted their pen featured in my video, it would be my manager that's responding and negotiating rates, negotiating like, Sonya, do you want to do this? Talking to me, obviously, first and foremost. So nobody really needs one, because in essence, of course, I could sit there and reply to the pen company myself. But the issue is when your following grows and your reach is greater and you have more subscribers and followers and people know you, and you kind of want to start growing too. You don't want to just be this YouTube blogger or this influencer. You kind of want to grow into something more. You want people to see you as a multi-dimensional creator. Then that's the point that I think you need help. And blogging agencies, they're employed with people that specifically know how to help you with that. Because of course my boyfriend could answer my email, but he's not educated in budgeting. He's not educated in, like, sorry, no offense, negotiating contracts and like what brands I want to work with and fashion and what brands pay the most and my different social media platforms and analytics and all that stuff. It's, if you do blogging, then it makes sense to you. So you don't need one, but that's what they do. They basically work like a modeling agency, but they're not hyper fixated on the fashion industry in the sense of modeling. Even though my manager would, you know, handle a modeling job for me, simply. So yeah, they basically take the weight off my shoulders in regards to the technical stuff. Nevertheless, the work is still obviously on me, but that's what they do. I hope that answers your question.